This is the FiFine AM8, a premium RGB lit microphone that costs only around $50. Yeah, you heard me right, $50. But can something that cheap really sound good enough for professional gaming, streaming, or content creation? Well, today I'm reviewing the AM8 so you can see if this might just be your next top tier microphone. Alright, so before I dive into the features and sound of this microphone, this is what you get out of the box. Also, huge thank you to FiFine for sending over this microphone and sponsoring this video. Alright, so here's the mic itself. You get it attached to a metal shock mount. You also get a foam pop filter, a USB-C to USB-A cable, and a very high quality stand. No boom arm included, but honestly, everything else just feels so premium, especially for the price. And the inclusion of a metal stand here really just makes up for it. Now, even though the mic's got a plastic design, that does not show up in the audio at all, and the mic still feels super premium. And on the contrary, the shock mount and the stand's got a clean metal design that feels super premium. And to make up for the plastic body of the mic, it's got some amazing RGB lighting. Alright, now let's talk features. The AM8 works as both a USB-C and an XLR microphone. So if you're just starting out, you can just as easily plug in the microphone with the included USB cable and just use it straight away. But if you're looking for even higher quality, or looking to use it with the mixer like the SC3, you can just as easily plug it in with an XLR cable and get all the advanced features that it offers. The only downside to it being an XLR and a USB mic is that if you want to use the mic with XLR and still have the RGB, you'd have to plug it in with both the XLR and the USB cable at the same time. There's also a tap to mute button right on the bottom of the mic, almost impossible not to notice, and it's color coded, so you always know if it's the cables that aren't connected correctly or if you just forgot to unmute on Discord. There's also a gain knob for adjusting the audio of the mic itself. Usually you'd want to set this at about 30%, and right underneath that, there's the headphone knob for adjusting the volume of the headphone monitoring. Yet another feature of this mic, right at the end of the mic there's a headphone jack for instant monitoring of exactly how you sound. And finally, we have the RGB, with a simple lighting button to toggle between many different lighting modes, ranging from wave RGB to many different single colors, or to just be completely turned off. There's anything you could need to light up your setup, but this means that there isn't any software for the mic, so you can't manually go and adjust onboard mic settings like the RGB colors or the gain. Then again, I think that there's more than enough control on the mic itself. Now, FiFine also sent over their SC3 Mixer, which I gotta say pairs amazingly well with the AM8. The mixer comes packed with everything you need, while keeping it simple and easy to use. There's physical sliders to change each of the 3 possible inputs volumes, and it also comes with a phantom power option if your mic needs onboard power. It also includes 4 buttons for custom presets, and a ready-to-use voice changer at the press of a button. For input options, there's anything you could need. XLR for a microphone, which can switch between handling both condenser and dynamic microphones, along with 2 other jack inlines to hook up, a headphone port for audio monitoring, and 2 outputs through standard USB to easily connect up to your PC. Now, with all the specs out of the way, time for the most important part. How does it sound? Alright, so here's the raw audio from the microphone just straight into Audacity. No filters, no equalizing, no noise suppression, only just a bit of gain control in post, just so you guys can hear what I'm actually saying. And now that you guys have heard how it sounds, let's just go right to the comparison, where I'll be comparing it to my previous microphone, the Maono PD300X. Alright, now let's compare it to the Maono PD300X. Alright, so this is the Maono PD300X. It's been a little while since I've last used this mic, but I just got it hooked up again, and I haven't actually heard how this sounds. Hopefully it sounds nice enough for you guys. Yeah, this mic actually costs double of what the AM8 cost. This is a $100 microphone, while the AM8 is only around $50. Maybe there's a quality difference from those extra $50. Oh, we'll see when I'm back on the AM8 in just a moment. And back to the AM8. Alright, and now I am back on the FiFine AM8. Quick note, for both the PD300X and for this recording right here, I have been using a few filters, just some noise suppression, some compressing, and some gain control to make it sound a little better, to get a more accurate representation of how sound would actually be in well, your content. As you might have noticed, all the sound through this video has actually been recorded with this microphone. So if you like the audio in this video so far, then you should definitely go check this mic out. Comparing this to the PD300X, I honestly think the PD300X has a really like full sound, but it picks up a whole lot of plosives, and it kind of gets to sound a little distorted even if I turn down the volume on the mic, which I actually did. And comparing it to the FiFine AM8, it just feels a lot more softer. The AM8 feels more full in the sound, to be honest, even though you're actually paying half the price. Now, kudos to the mono mic for actually having incredible noise suppression. I don't know, maybe my voice is just really noisy because it kind of cuts out my voice. Other than that, it's actually really good. You might not get the exact same results as me if you don't have a mic arm, and you can easily get like an IKEA mic arm that's super cheap for like, I don't know, 20 bucks. So I think it might just be worth it to get this mic and maybe just get a mic arm, or this stand that's already included should be fine enough. Okay, but honestly, I feel like this is a really great sounding microphone, and it is definitely up there competing with the PD300X, if not even better, even at this low of a price range. I also tested angle sensitivity, and according to the website, it should sound the best straight on or at about a 45-degree angle. You tell me. Here's the sound. Alright, and now time for the angle testing on this mic. So, firstly, right now I'm speaking directly onto the microphone, just straight on. This should actually sound the best, but according to the website, it should actually sound just as good at about a 45-degree angle. So I'll just quickly move around. Alright, so I am 45 degrees to the right of this microphone right now. Let me know if it sounds better or worse, but according to the website, it should actually sound pretty much the same. Now, I'll go about a 90-degree angle away, just give me a moment. Alright, I am about 90 degrees to the right of it. This should begin to already sound worse because it mostly picks up in front of it. But we will see in just a moment how bad it is when I talk from behind the microphone. Alright, and so now I'm talking from behind the microphone. It should be actually really quiet right now. But yeah, it shouldn't really pick that much up, which is actually a good thing, because that means that you won't get any like incorrect audio or anything out. Just make sure you're talking kind of straight on or 45 degrees to the right-ish. Just to clarify, none of the audio in this recording right here has been altered with at all. Anyways, you guys let me know how the angle testing sounds. If you're a gamer, streamer, or just getting into content creation, the FiFine AM8 is an amazing first mic or a great endgame upgrade. It sounds amazing, looks great, works right out of the box and is super easy to set up, and still has XLR, so use it with a mixer. Speaking of, pair with the SC3 Mixer and you've got a full audio setup for just about $100 that will take you a long way. If you want to grab this mic for yourself, links in the description down below, and if this video helped you out, please do make sure to subscribe, because I've got way more tech reviews just like this coming soon.